Hi there. In this video, I'm going to quickly show you a few things that you can do to make sure your session is nice and organised to make life easier when you start mixing. So, the first thing I'd just like to mention, which we have gone over before, is making sure that your channel rack is set up with your mixer nicely. So, what I mean by that is make sure everything's named so it's all nice and clear. So I've got my drums here, which are clearly labelled down here. I've got them going to individual inserts in the mixer. So this means I can just mix all of the different parts of my song differently. So by that, I mean I could put different effects on every channel. I can also adjust the volume and pan of every single part individually. Now, the next thing I'd like to mention is making subgroups. We did it before with the drums. So here we can see the shaker is going to this drum group before going to the output. I've done the same with all the drums. So here I can mute or adjust the volume of all the drums at once. You may have noticed you could hear the faint sound of a drum there. That's because the drums are not only routed to the drum group, but I am sending them to a reverb channel too. I'll go over this later on. But just to quickly show you how you can make these subgroups by using an aux channel, I'm going to show you again. So for example, here I've got two reverbs and a delay. If I wanted to send those to another individual channel, which I could control before going to the output, I'd simply do this. Select the channel or channels that you'd like to send to the insert. So I'm going to hold Command on a Mac or Control on a PC and click and drag over the top of the channels that I'd like to route. Now, I'm going to go down to this insert here, insert number 20, right click on the little arrow at the bottom and select Route this track only. So now if I click on these three channels, you can see they're going to this insert 20 before going to the master. I'm just going to call this one Effects, so I'm going to right click, go to Rename, and call it Effects. So now if I wanted to mute these three channels, I can do so, and I can also adjust the volume of them together. Something else which I've done is add separators. So here, for example, I've got all the lead parts going to this lead out. But you can see these grey lines either side, which are good because they can just help keep things more organised again. So to add those, right click on the channel that you'd like, then go down to Separator and select here. And it'll create that grey bar down the side. So having everything nice and organised will make life easier when mixing. So I've sent all the drums to a drum group. I've sent all the pad synths to this pads out. Then I've sent all the lead parts to this lead out. I'm also going to change the colour of this effects channel by right clicking, going to rename, and then choosing a colour. So one thing I like to do is have all of my output channels a certain colour. So now, for example, I know this FX channel is going to the master output. So there's this lead out, pads out. I've sent the bass there as well, because there's only one bass channel, it can go straight to the output, and then the drums are also going to the output. So it just makes life a little easier when you're mixing. So, of course, just sending these to these channels won't actually affect the sound. This just helps you keep organised. So in the next video, I'm going to start showing you in more detail what I did to mix this track. Thanks for watching.